Governor Pete Ricketts is calling on all Nebraskans to hunker down for the next 3 weeks as the state KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Governor Pete Ricketts has signed a proclamation in an effort to keep Nebraskans healthy for the next 21 days. The governor says Nebraskans need to keep practicing social distancing, keep up with hand washing, and other measures to prevent the spread of the disease. Ricketts highlighted 6 key steps that he's pleading residents to follow from now until April.
The first rule is stay home. We've been talking about this a lot. Second rule, we want to make sure that everybody is socially distancing. When you go to work, we want you to go to work. But we want you to work from home when you can and socially distance if you're going into the office, keeping that 6-foot distance from people. Then the third, I mentioned already, shop at home or shop alone. We want you to make a list. We talked about this last week. Make a list so you can be efficient. Go to the store, be efficient, get in, get out. Fourth, help kids socially distance. We want people to help the children play at home. Don't have big groups of friends over for these next 3 weeks. The fifth rule is to help older Nebraskans. Maybe you can help them by running errands for them or doing their shopping for them. And then number 6, exercise at home in a socially distanced activity. So if you go for a walk, that's great. But remember, keep that social distance from other people while you're out for that walk. Every Nebraskan has the ability to help us slow the spread of the virus here in Nebraska. Every Nebraskan can be part of this fight. And we're asking all of you to exercise that civic responsibility, that personal responsibility to be a part of this fight.
Ricketts has also ordered the closure of all salons, tattoo parlors, and strip clubs, and announced the cancellation of organized group sports until the end of May, expanding an order that was already in place in the state's biggest cities. Well, the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic continues to reverberate through our area and the rest of the state and nation, as Monument Mall closed yesterday evening until further notice. Rockstep Capital Chief Operating Officer Tommy Stewart tells KNB News the loss of foot traffic due to the social distancing efforts led to the decision to close the doors to the interior of the mall.
There was maybe 1 or 2 tenants remaining on the interior that was on reduced hours. All the other ones have their option to stay open if they have an exterior entrance.
Those stores are Harbor Freight, Dunham's, Hobby Lobby, and Dollar Tree, as well as Applebee's for car-side pickup only. Stewart tells us almost all the malls across the country have closed and said shuttering the interior of the Scottsbluff Mall was a common-sense decision due to the pandemic's impact. Well, coming up after the break, gorgeous day out there today, but this weekend is going to be worlds different. Bill's got your weekend weather forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Partly cloudy skies as we go through the evening. This Good Friday was a great Friday weather-wise. It's going to turn into not a great Easter Sunday for us, and the second half of the Easter weekend certainly not looking very good. Temperatures in the 60s this evening, still in the 50s by 10 o'clock. We may barely fall below 40 overnight, and the first half of tomorrow really looks fine. It's after lunchtime when that frontal system starts to come through. Early afternoon, though, when things are quickly going to take a turn tomorrow with rain real quickly turning over to snow, and Easter Sunday looks downright cold here across the region. It's a very strong cold front. 59 yesterday for a high and 24 for a low, about normal for this time of year. Still a little short of normal for the month and year on precip. We're an inch behind where we should be here for the year. Well, a sign of what's coming, we do have winter storm watches that have been posted for the northern portions of the area, from Lusk over to that Highway 20 area through Chadron and over to Gordon, and then the eastern panhandle. This area could be a secondary area of snow. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but you could see all that area encompassed under that winter storm watch. Yeah, we're talking about winter storm watches. It's 72 right now here, 71 in Goodland, 64 down in Hayes. We have some 70s on the map, 72 in Ogallala and in Oshkosh and in Scotts Bluff, 67 right now in Sydney. Winds are out of the west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Really a very pleasant evening. Tonight's going to be pretty nice as well. Just a few clouds overhead. A sprinkle, can't rule out one of those, but that's really about it. We're mostly going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies and quite comfortable temperatures tonight. Upper 30s to near 40 degrees for lows. Now tomorrow is when the things change. We start off in the morning. The first half of the day, okay, here's that frontal system. You're going to see it by afternoon quickly roll through. Rain going to change over to snow fairly quickly across the region behind that frontal system, and then we're going to be dealing with snow and accumulating snow across the area for a period of time. Highs tomorrow only in the 40s off to the north, upper 60s possible here in the southern portions of the panhandle. As you can see, that system's going to drag that cold air down with it, and that's all going to overtake our area as we go into Sunday. So snowfall totals, what are we looking at? Here's two different models. This is the European model. We'll zoom in and show you. It's picking up some 2 to 5 inch snowfall totals. These are going to be overdone. Some of this is going to melt when it hits the ground, so not this much snow is going to fall in areas, but you can see it's picking up a banding of some other snow off to our east and the heavier snow off to the north. Not much unlike the GFS model, which has the same thing, but even a little more impressive snow totals in portions of the area. And again, it's showing up just a touch higher in snow totals than what the European model is. We'll probably be somewhere in between the two of them. And again, a lot of this snow is going to melt initially when it reaches the ground. So probably a couple of inches looks like a better bet here in Scottsbluff, more to the north and the south and the east of us. 38 tonight with still quiet conditions. Tomorrow, rain developing by afternoon. It's going to turn to snow. Breezy conditions, highs of 63. That's in the morning. Temps fall in the afternoon and they tumble. We may not get to freezing on Easter Sunday. And look at that low Sunday night at 9 degrees. That is a 70-degree swing from where we've been over the last couple of days. Still cold on Monday with highs in the 30s. We stay breezy Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, back into the mid-40s, and some indication by next Friday maybe we break out of the system a little bit and get a little milder as we go into next weekend.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Renewal by Anderson, we know this coronavirus is scary, but we also know that America is the greatest country on earth, and we will stand together to defeat it. We want to ensure the safety of our customers, team members, and their families. We're taking every precaution with the strictest sanitary measures. Field employees are checking their temperatures regularly and using all safety precautions. Your home has never been more critical. Let our team at Renewal by Anderson improve it with the best windows and doors anywhere. Renewal by Anderson, we're here for you during this tough time and beyond.
This year, W2 means we double. Reganis Auto Center will double your down payment on any pre-owned vehicle on their lot. Turn $500 into $1,000. Turn $1,500 into $3,000. Use that money to get out of your lease or a vehicle you owe too much on, or to lower your monthly payments. For a limited time only, double your down payment only at Reganis Auto Center on East Overland and East 27th Street in Scotts Bluff, your volume discount dealer.
Welcome back. The National Guard was at the Scotts Bluff County Fairgrounds today collecting samples for COVID-19 testing for Scotts Bluff County healthcare workers, EMS, fire department, and law enforcement agencies that are showing symptoms or have had exposure. Testing today was limited to 150 and offered a point-in-time snapshot. The testing was not intended for the general public and was a resource shared with Panhandle Public Health District and Scottsbluff County Health Department through the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. First responders were being tested through this source because they are important for community safety. Persons that test negative today are not protected from COVID-19 exposure tomorrow. Nebraska saw record unemployment yet again last week as the new coronavirus forced more businesses to lay off workers. The U.S. Department of Labor says the state received more than 26,750 new unemployment claims during the week that ended April 4th. The new numbers mark the third straight week with a record-setting increase. The previous record of 24,000 and change was set in the prior week as state officials imposed new social distancing restrictions on business and residents hunkered down at home to keep the virus from spreading. That number surpassed the earlier record of 15,700 new claims, which had been set the week before. And over in Wyoming, election officials say they have no plan to move the date of the state's August 18th primary election, but are looking at how to protect voters and poll workers from the coronavirus. One option could be to prepare for more absentee voting. The primary decides party nominations for federal and state offices, but not the presidential race. Caucuses in the spring choose those candidates, and officials are now working on a plan to expand absentee voting to anyone that prefers that option. However, widespread absentee voting could change how candidates campaign. Well, straight ahead, Alex and Rebel will be in with your Friday 5. We'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Small business feels anything but small. That's why there's First National Bank Small Business Free Checking, so you can focus on what matters most.
This is KNEB TV Ag News from the First National Bank Ag Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
Battle of the brands, hand sanitizer, and a unique opportunity for beef producers.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Friday 5, which is presented by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Starting off our countdown at number 5, Battle of the Brands has been in action for the last couple of weeks, and today is Championship Friday.
We've witnessed many exciting matchups over the course of the contest, but we are now down to 2 brands, John Deere and FFA.
While all of these brands are great, there can only be one winner, and you can vote for your favorite on the Rural Radio Network social media pages, but voting ends today.
Number 4 this week, the Rural Radio Network team partnered with Jim Jenkins and other beef industry experts to host a beef webinar series.
So this series was designed to provide producers with valuable information during these really uncertain times. Other panelists include experts from Oklahoma State University, commodity ingredient hedging, and cashway distributing.
The webinar aired live on Wednesday, but you can watch the full program at ruralradio.com.
In at number 3 on the countdown, Case New Holland in Grand Island announced during a press briefing on Tuesday that they would be suspending operations.
Plant manager Mike Schaefer spoke on the action CNH is taking amid the COVID-19 pandemic as they suspended production starting Thursday.
But Schaefer did announce they will be evaluating the situation on a weekly basis.
Number 2 this week, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln is partnering with the Nebraska ethanol industry to produce hand sanitizer.
After a successful initial run at the food processing center that's here on Innovation Campus, the partners completed their first full day of production this week.
After the first full day of production, the team was positioned to send more than 2,000 gallons of hand sanitizer with 80% alcohol to various facilities in need.
And finally, number 1 this week, the water runoff forecast for the Missouri River Basin is down slightly this month, though it's still projected near record highs.
Based on current soil moisture conditions, mountain snowpack, and temperature and precipitation outlooks, the 2020 calendar year Upper Basin runoff forecast is in the top 10% of the 122 years of runoff record.
The potential for flooding still remains, particularly in the lower river stretches.
That'll do it for this week's edition of Friday 5, which is brought to you by the Nebraska Corn Board.
Have a happy Easter and have a great weekend.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like. Discover E15 with American ethanol.
Why do I have First National Bank's free checking? For all the things that could happen. Like the fact that they automatically forgive one overdraft fee every year. And they won't charge a fee if I accidentally overdraw my account. Up to $20. Best of all, if I use another bank's ATM, my bank won't charge me a fee. When things don't go as planned, it's nice to feel protected. Switch today.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scotts Bluff.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scotts Bluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want you to plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. With our personalized trust and estate planning services, our trust services can help you do just that. When it comes to estate planning, you should seek professional help. And when you do, you should have confidence in the financial institution you choose to handle your trust. At Platte Valley Bank, we pride ourselves in keeping our trust operations local and serving our friends and neighbors. We offer a highly personalized, full line of personal trust and estate planning. Give us a call today and see how our trust services can help you.
And finally tonight, Scottsbluff Public Schools have made changes to the meal distribution schedule and locations effective this week. District's Communication Director Melissa Price tells KNB News the decision is being driven by the increased statewide health directives intended to help safeguard families, staff, and community members.
Families will be able to enter in through the Bearcat Stadium parking lot down by the Choices building, so that we can have a long area in order to keep everybody separate and maintain that proper social distance. And you'll see we have these tables set back here, and the tables are going to allow for our staff to bring out the meals, and then when they leave, people can go up and get the food, and it's a contactless pickup, or as close to a contactless pickup as we can possibly make it.
Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you back here on Monday.